Hello, welcome to Crafting with Jane. I've got some ATCs to do. The theme this month is Christmas. So I've done some preparation because I know how long it takes me to do all of the bits and pieces, and I thought that you really didn't want to look at all of those things. But what I've done is, so far, is I've taken this lovely stamp, which is, it's for Indigoblu, and it's Indigoblu's monthly ATC swap. This one is called Tree Dressings, and I've taken the lovely stag, I've taken stockings, I've taken stars. So, and what I've done is I've coloured and sort of cut them out. And then I've taken this one, which is the Christmas equation, and I've taken that Christmas tree and I've just coloured and cut him out as well. So that's the sort of cutting out part. I've done the backgrounds because, again, they take a while and they take a while to dry. Hope you can see the sparkle of those. I'm sure you can. I did them with some ink drips, which I've shown you before, and then taken some of the lovely Indigoblu Luscious pigment powder. This is the gold. I don't think the lid's on straight on that. This is the gold, and I also used some green, which is green apple, which is rather nice. Now, you can use them in all sorts of different ways, but if your paper's wet, you can literally just drag them across, and you can see I've got stripes going that way, and then I've got two going this way. Now, this piece, there wasn't enough to go onto my ATC because I've mounted it onto card just to give it a little bit more stability. So I've just done a little strip of gold down there to make it the right size because I need to do 3. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to take my cutouts out of the way for a moment. Let's see if I can put them on there and they won't fall out. I want to take this stamp, which is the equation, because I just love, hold on, I just love this equation. Christmas tree times chestnuts over open fire divided by bells, whatever that symbol is, 12 months of the year, December the 20th, or 12th month, December the 25th, plus eggnog equals Christmas. Now, you can obviously cut out all those little bits in there. And then there's this one, which is a lovely sort of snowflake, and it's got magic and sparkle in there and some stars. So I thought that I would add that, or them, as my backgrounds for my ATCs. So I want to do those in black. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful because obviously I've coated this, and it might come out beautifully, it might not. We'll just have to see. So I'm going to do one with the snowflake and stars. I'm just going to take it across that way because it doesn't have to be perfect. Ink it up in the black ink. So this is VersaFine. I always use VersaFine because it is really nice and fine. And I'm literally just going to, let's take, it doesn't really matter which one. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it right the way across on here, which is rather good. And then I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to do it up the opposite direction. So we've got some coming in, so it needs to be that way, doesn't it? Let's put it that way, in on the middle, and then I'm going to take one more. Did I do them both the same way? I think I did, didn't I? Never mind, I was going to do one the opposite direction. I'll do this one the opposite direction, so I can have that up that way. Like that, that's okay. So I've got that on this one. I just need to take my rag out to just clear that up, otherwise we'll have a little bit of black ink on my mat. I keep my damp cloth in a plastic bag while I'm working so it doesn't dry out, because quite often I will spend, you know, a day fiddling about doing bits and pieces. So and as you know, I try and do a series of videos, so I will spend the best part of a day and maybe do 2 or 3 at a time to upload, because I find that once I start, my mojo is you know, my juices start flowing and I can really be creative. So I find that that's the best way of doing it. I start with one thing and then it leads on to me doing other things. Okay, this is the equation one, which I quite like. So we'll pop this one in, and again, it doesn't matter sort of which way it comes up, because you can turn ATC cards in any direction you want, really. So I'm going to put this one in like that there. Then I'm going to take it the opposite way and put it that way, and then I'm going to take it the opposite way and put it that way. And I might even get another one, turn it round, and we'll get one in like that. Okay, so that's got all of those running across there, and I've got them going down that way. Now this one, just because I want to be different, I'm going to put them up across this way. So we'll have that way, and that way, and that way, and that way. It's quite good because you can get the different amounts going on there. Can you see how I've got the chestnuts are not always in the bells have sort of gone one part and the other, which I think is quite fine. So that's given me a background on each one. So you'll have to excuse, my phone has just gone off. It's bound to be a salesperson. So I'm just going to, give me 2 seconds, I'm just going to turn it off. It happens to be a Thursday and we have... Right. I always keep my phone on just in case it's family and I need fam. Oh, for goodness sake. Bear with me a second. Right, now it's stopped. Okay. So, we're now going to have barking of dogs, but this is what happens in my home. The phone will ring and it'll be salespeople, so I don't answer it. And then, because it's quite a wet, windy, horrible day, my neighbour hasn't gone out today. So he's just about to take his dogs for a walk, and then my dog, because their dogs, his dogs bark, my dog will bark as well. Okay, so that's going to go that way. This one is going to go that way, and this one, I don't know which way I'm going to have this. I think maybe, I don't know, depends what we're going to put on it. Okay, so I think I want to do something round the sides to sort of bring it in a bit. So I'm going to take some sponge daubers, and I think I want them all to be the same, and I'm going to use a deep red. So let me take that sponge dauber out, see if I can put that up without knocking my camera, which I can. And I'm going to take out a deep red colour. So excuse me a second while I reach up to get it. Okay, so let's have a look and see. This is Cherry Cobbler. As you know, I use Stampin' Up ink pads because those are the ones I've got, and I'm all about not wasting and buying new. Yes, I've got some new things, as in stamps, but my inks and things, I'm using what I've got, and I can get pretty good results from those inks. Yes, I bought some Luscious powders because they're things that are totally different. You know, you can't get that result from just using inks, so I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so you can see the difference between that and between that, just having a little bit of inking round on the edges. So we'll just take that round and it just brings it in nicely. As you can see, I'm doing it roughly because I like that rough look. And I'm just going to take this just down the edge on there. And then this one, we're just going to take that round the edges. So that's given us a nice sort of background to work with. Now, obviously I'm doing ATCs, which are artist trading cards, because they're part of a swap. However, if you wanted to make this bigger, you could obviously do that and turn it into a card if you wanted it into a card. So there we go. That's done that. I can now take that ink and put that away. Take that up at the top without knocking. I'm being very good today. I haven't knocked the camera once. It's bound to happen in a minute. Okay, so those are my three. Now I've got all these little pieces that I've cut out. So I want a deer on one, and I think the deer probably will look quite good there with the yes, that's going to look lovely there with the snowflakes and things coming through on the top. So we'll have that one there. Then I've got these two. I want a Christmas tree on one, which I think I might, yeah, I think I might go on that one. And then maybe some stars. Let's have a few little stars. I want them all the same colour. Have I got another one in that colour? Yes, I have a little tiny one. There we go. So I've got the 3 stars like that. That will go on that one. Oh, or actually I could have those on the centre one, couldn't I? Because then I've got that little gold bit on there. So let's have those coming down like that. Okay, so that might work on that one. And then these, I've got all these little stockings, and I quite like, I think I'm just going to put lots of stockings and things on there. So let's start working on those. That's roughly what I'm going to do. So we'll have this one coming in first. I just need to go and grab my glue because I had it on the other side, on the other table. There we go, give it a shake. So I think, with a bit of luck, there's still some in there. You know me, I tend to use things right to the end. I love this this stag. I coloured it in with my Derwent Ink Tense pens because they, come on. Oh, am I going to have to go and get a new one? I don't think so. I think I'm going to have just a little bit left. Come on. Is it coming down? Oh. Oh, it might be at the end. Let's see if I can get any out of the other side. I got any in on this one? If I haven't, I'm going to have to get another one. No, that's well and truly finished. So watch these 2 bits for a minute while I just go and get the other one and think about what we're going to do on that one, and I'll be there in a minute. Right, you still with me? You're still with me? Fantastic. It was, I keep my glue in a desk in my front room because I don't, I buy it in bulk, and so I thought, right, I do really need to go and get it because nothing else is going to work. And the glue that I use, as you know, is Tombow, and I buy it in a box of, I think there's 12, but I get it from Amazon, and literally just buy a box and it will last me the best part of the year. Now I'm just going to try and get that so it's as near to the center with these pieces like that. And I think I'm going to have to take off just once that's dried. I am going to have to just trim it just a tad because it's just over the edge a little bit and I want it to be square. But while that's drying off, I think that that looks lovely actually. Those snowflakes at the back are perfect, and also the way that comes, yes, like that. So let's do this one. We're going to have this little one up here. I always try and make sure that I get the glue right the way up to the edges, because particularly if you've cut things out, you want them to come in nicely. So my tree is going to go just about there, which is rather good. I like this tree, very simple. I quite like sometimes really simple, pretty designs. And this is just a pretty little simple design. So let's put these on here. So that one's going to come like that. That one's going to come in the middle. And get those in. And then we'll have one down at the bottom, just sort of in a line. And I've done them all in yellow because I wanted it all to be the same sort of colour. Obviously the different bits on the Christmas tree, but the stars, just wanted them to come in on the same colour as those. Okay, so that's that one. Now these I wanted to do the stockings. Now, do I have the stockings? Do I actually print out the stockings? Because they've got a rather nice sort of dangly bit on them. You can put them in on, if you wanted to, you can put them in across where the reindeer's antlers are to sort of, you know, hang down a little bit. But I thought that they would look quite nice on here, but I don't know whether they will all fit perfectly. So if I do those to there and those, I'm not sure. I might actually add my own piece on there because I want to try and get, I've got quite a few of these. So I'm going to put the stockings running down. So I've got some red ones. And green ones. That side. I want them to be quite sort of random. Oh yes, that's better, much better. Okay, so I'm literally just going to pop them on over the top of everything so that it just gives that sort of stocking look. Now I could have left the background completely blank, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have all this lovely sort of twinkly colours and things on there. I think that that looks really good. So I'm literally just putting the stockings down at different angles as we go, and different, I've got reds and I've got greens that I've coloured in, because as I say, you don't need to see me colouring them. So let's pop that on there. We've got this red one, haven't we? That going in on there, like that. One of these down on the bottom, but that's got to come the other side, so I don't have them all in exactly the same position. That one's that side. So I'm just trying to get them sort of balanced, because some of them are facing one direction and one are facing the other. So I just want to do it So you've got them, and it's quite good if you do them sort of randomly as well, because I've got these ones as well to go in. So let me just take them down on here. Got some littler ones. It's quite good to just sort of add them in as you go. So let's put this one in. So I've only got one yellow that I painted in yellow, so this one can go in on here like that. That's the opposite way. That one can go in on the corner. Like that. Then we need some the opposite way. Now you see, if I'd done them on their hanger, you know, to go over the fire, they would have been, they wouldn't have fitted. And I wanted to get all of them in. So what I've done is I've just coloured and cut out two, which works perfectly. So put one down here in that direction, and then we've got one more which I think will just go in that little space up the top where I can just see where I need to put a little bit of something else on. Oops, come on. I think I've blocked it because I've been using it with them on the there we go. I've been using it on the this Luscious that I've put on there. Okay, so that's those three in on there. I need to trim this little guy a little bit, don't I? So let me just get some scissors. Just need to trim the top like that, and then just a little bit down on there, a little bit down on there. Okay, so they fit in perfectly on there. Now I've got a little Happy Christmas on here. Do I put that in on the reindeer, or the what's it one? I could have Happy Christmas down on here maybe. Don't really want to cover him up too much, but I think that there. I might not even just have the Happy, I might just have Christmas. Yeah, I'm just going to have Christmas in on the centre there, just in between his antlers. I think will work perfectly. So let's just pop him in. My glue out again. Pop that one in there. I don't think I need it on the other ones because I've got the little words and things. So I want him on this one. Can go in like that, so just have Christmas in there. Put that in. To take that off, I've got a little bit of too much glue in there because it's new. Sometimes you end up with just a little too much and it smears a bit. Okay, so that's given that on there. Now I just want to add a little bit of something else. I think maybe if I do some splatters always sort of bring things together a bit, don't they? I think that might work. So let's have a look in. I've got gold splatters, haven't I? Wonder if gold splatters would work. They might do. Let's have a little look. Give it a good old shake first. And then I just need to tap it with something. So I tend to do it with the end of something. Oh yes, they're quite pretty ones. So I quite like gold. Now you can't see this too well, but I've got some quite nice little splatters coming out on there. And that just sort of all ties it together a little bit, and gives it a little bit more sparkle on there. So I think that looks nice. And that might be it for these ones. If I decide to put something else on, you'll see it on the front screen, but I think that those are actually going to be all right like that. I like the glitteriness, and I like the pieces. The one thing I have got to put on there is, and this was actually gifted to me, which is fantastic, and it says an ATC coin, which obviously is the circular one. However, I can just put our ATC artist trading card instead of coin, and it gives you all the things. You put the title, you put the date, you put the number, so 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. Then you put the artist, which is me, and then you put the contact, so information about it, so that it's Indigoblu Christmas, and then, you know, people collect them. I've got a whole book. In fact, I will do another video of going through my book, because I've been receiving them for about 3 odd years now. So so I've got some really lovely ones that I can show you. But until then, thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.